Hi, this is L Zaring with the Goodness Religion, and I wanted to take a special moment to talk about something very, very important. Something that is deep, special, something that not all people have, something that most people want, something that can destroy people, something that can make people feel like they're invincible. They feel so powerful and awesome, and that one thing I'm talking about is worth. The worth inside of all of us, the worth inside of you, and that goes along with feeling worthless. And everyone will hit that at some point and time within their life where they feel worthless. And so I wanted to touch on that because it is big in this world where they say a lot of even younger people, younger adults, they're lost. They don't feel worth. They don't feel special. And there is also a safety catch in the goodness religion philosophy where it teaches you how to start getting back some of that worth inside of you. Now, worth is so powerful. It feels so good to feel worth, whether it's for the job you're working for, whether it's taking care of all your awesome pets and animals, your dog that's like almost a human. I know I have a dog named Emma. She keeps trying to stand on 2 feet. I think she keeps looking at me and us and she's like, something's wrong here. I'm on 4 feet with all this fur that makes me so hot. I want to stand on 2 feet. This dog is like, it's like a dog human. So they're awesome. So that can give you worth. Your significant others, the ones you love and care about, or children, or maybe it's a simple, passion that you have, even just reading books. Reading books is so great, and everyone should keep doing that. You can learn so much with reading books. So with worth, if you have it, and if you feel great, top of the world, king of the world, queen of the world, princess, prince of the world, there's not much I have to talk about except you are very fortunate and very lucky. There is something though, and that is when worth is taken away from you. When you're stripped of it. When something dramatic happens in your life. Or maybe something hasn't happened at all. Maybe it's that has given you no worth. Where you want all these things to happen and they haven't. Or maybe you tried so hard with something and it hasn't come to be yet. Now, with the goodness religion, it teaches that goodness in itself is a powerful, special thing to have. Just being good. Just being good first to yourself. Being nice to yourself. Loving yourself. Taking care of yourself. All of those are good things. Those are positive things. There's one thing that comes first in this world, and that is going to be you. You have to take care of your health first. That's your mental health and your physical health. And that is basically your first foundation. Because if any of those things are knocked out from underneath you, you are not going to be this strong person to accomplish or do all these things you want to do if your health is gone. And not all health can be bought. Some health can. But you see rich people all the time pass away or die or have problems, all due to health, where their money, it was worthless. It couldn't do anything. So I am going to talk about the basics of worth that every person should know about and always go back to if they are feeling worthless, if their worth is stripped from them, and always just to know for basic knowledge. And that is the basic worth of goodness within all of us. We are born in this world and we're neutral to this world. We're good. No evil is on us. And as we are growing up, we are of goodness. Now, unfortunately, we can be pushed or see or experience a lot of evil things or bad things, and then we have choices we can make. Either follow that direction or follow goodness. Now, even if you had no significant others in your life, no lovers, even if you had no friends, you have no pets or animals, you have no dog that wants to stand on 2 feet, you have no job that you really love, maybe you just do something but it's not really your thing, it doesn't really do anything for you. Let's say you have none of that to make you feel so-called worthy or worth inside of you, but you know other people of course do, so you are feeling so down and so worthless. Always stop, pause, and everyone should do this every once in a while, where you take a time out to reflect on your life, where you step on the outside and look in on your life. You look on your past, present, and future. Take a pause, take a time out. And with that, the first thing you can look at yourself is, okay, even if I don't have all those things, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. You're still of goodness. And that goodness in itself is worth. That goodness you should feel special with. But you know what? You have to tell yourself that. You have to recognize that. And with recognizing that, you have to also recognize all of the negative things in the world. I once heard this story when I was a child, that if I go out into this world and look for all the weeds in the world, I will find a lot of weeds. And I might not even see the flowers or the beauty of the world. Now, I could also go out in this world and I could look for all the beauty and flowers. And you know what? I'm not looking for the weeds, so I might not even see any. So the whole point is, a lot is how you look at things. A lot is how you view the world, how you act and react. That's all up here. That's inside of you. You have control over that. People have developed habits of negativity. People have developed habits of depression where they get sad all the time about something, and it starts to be a part of them. It's almost a special thing to have. The depression inside of you, it's yours. I've been there. I've experienced it. Where depression, hatred, anger, sadness, it was a thing, but it was yours, so you hold on to it, because at least you have that. But the problem is, it can work against you. Okay, you can never if you see me doing this and this, there are all those little critters that try to get you. You know, I once looked and I saw on Amazon a salt gun you can buy, and that can shoot the flies. So one day, I will look for that salt gun to get all these flies that are after me. But besides that, back to the point that I was getting at here, is you have to be in control. You have to be in control of any of those feelings you have. You cannot let negativity run your life. You cannot let depression run your life. What you can do with any of those feelings is you can take that and use that energy into doing something of worth for yourself. Because there's a lot of energy inside of you with all those emotions. And in the future videos, I'm going to be talking about how you can harness that energy from whatever emotions you have to then produce positive outcomes. And the quickest, easiest thing that you can do is taking care of yourself. The number one thing you need to focus on, yourself. Because in reality, if you can't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of the person next to you. Because this is how it usually works. If all of a sudden you use this pet or dog or person next to you to take care of them and something happens to them, you're going to crash because you were using them as a crutch. You need to first have your own foundation, your own strength first. And that goes with your fitness, mentally and physically, so you can start with that. Whether it's just calisthenics, just eating more healthy, your nutrition, that alone you can start to help build your foundation of worth. Next, and this is something big to realize, if there is goodness in this world, there is evil in this world. There is negativity in this world. There's always an opposite. So, even if you think you have nothing, but you're not doing evil, you are above all of those people that are doing negative, evil things in this world. You have all that worth, that worth that you didn't even know you had, above all these people that are committing crimes, hurting people, enslaving people, being brutal to people. It goes on and on. Stealing, fighting, killing, rape. It doesn't ever stop. You can look at any news, any day of the week, and you will see all of that across the whole world. These negative people or evil that is below goodness. Those things are worthless. Those people that do those horrible, mean, evil things in the world, those are the people that truly have no worth. So if you don't do any of those things, guess what? Right away, unknowingly, you have all this worth above all those people you didn't even know about. But now, guess what? You do. So start to build on it. Start to realize that, hey, you know, I am above all those people. I do have worth. I do have goodness inside of me. The other thing is when you're feeling down, depressed, angry, full of hatred or sadness or depression, worthlessness, not knowing where to go, not knowing what to do, what you can always do is say, time out. Okay, I have two choices. Do nothing or do something. So if you do nothing and you start to crumble to the ground, your life just vanishing away, evil is winning. Negativity is winning. It is stripping down all the goodness you have and just vanishing it. Where you can always time out and say, hold it. You know what? I am not going to allow evil or negativity to win over me. And just that first thought right there instantly gives you worth. It gives you goodness because you're protecting it. You're now defending, you're protecting your goodness inside of you. Instantly, just like that, you have worth. And that's something that's factual. That's something that's 2 + 2 = 4 in this world. Because you're timing yourself out, you're not going down the direction of negativity. Instead, you realize that. You're not going to allow that to win. Instead, you're going to allow goodness to prevail and win. And right away, you can start taking care of yourself. And right away, you gave yourself even more worth because you are now above all those people that do all those evil, negative things in this world. And you don't. So those are different things that you have to be aware of and look at to start creating and building the foundation you could stand on. Once you start doing that and taking care of yourself, then you can start going a step further, helping others, helping animals, people, friends. Start looking at certain passions you might have that you never knew about. Start reading books. Books can open your world to other worlds you never knew existed, whether they're fiction books or non-fiction books. You can discover things inside of you that, maybe I might want to try this. Maybe I might want to do this. If I do this, this can help people. If I try this, this can help myself. The world has so much you can branch into, from going towards different passions, dreams, arts. It goes on and on. Or certain jobs you might want to try that you can, get worth from. But whatever you do, don't ever just give up. Because this is you. And every person has worth in this world. That's one thing that's one thing that the world of goodness fights for, is to uphold that goodness. Because in this world isn't perfect. There's goodness in this world, and there's evil in this world, and in order to uphold goodness, you have to protect it. So start from the basics, if you ever need to, and start with your foundation and start building upon it. Give yourself worth. And that is a first critical step that you always want to remember. That goodness is always inside of you, and right away, that is worth above the people that don't have that goodness inside of them, that they actually do evil things. Now, it is good to always hold this in your mind, because throughout your life, once you get stronger and stronger and stronger, you'll get knocked down. And you can do all the research you want, and I have. And I've read so many books, hundreds of books, starting since I was, oh goodness, I think 5 years old, and I just grabbed onto them. And to now, thousands and thousands later, and the biggest thing I ever saw is the leaders of the world, the successful people in the world that are successful monetarily, but also ultimately successful, meaning they're ultimately happy. They went through so many pains and trials and errors and failures and so much, where so many times they felt the lack of worth, but they always had their foundation to fall back on, their own personal self, where they all hold it. You know what? I've been here before. I know I'm worth something. I know it. I'm going to get back up. I'm going to keep moving forward. And so it's always good to be able to recalibrate yourself. Another thing I always quickly do to recalibrate myself, besides getting that shotgun to shoot the flies, where are you little flies, is I always throw that saying out there, life can always be worse. It really can. I mean, just the other day, it's so sad, you know, I stop at a stop sign, and a paraplegic gentleman is driving by in their little cart, blowing in a straw. And you know what? I actually had a chance to meet that person, and he was a positive person. And it was so funny, because he looked at me, and his saying was very, very similar to mine, and he said, hey, it could have been worse. He still talked, he still laughs, he still has fun. But it was always because he always applied, and other people apply, myself apply, especially through the fire department, that life can always be worse. And 99.9% of the time that's true. So instantly you could give yourself worth with that way as well. So again, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video of worth. As you can see, this will branch into other future videos in the future. Please subscribe to these YouTube videos so you get updates on the new videos coming out. Please go to the Goodness Religion website if you're not already on it, and join there so you get emails there too. Thank you much, and take care.